Hi guys. Okay, so I came home one afternoon and had a handful of stuff and saw a bottle cap lying on my driveway. I thought, cool. So I put everything down and looked for more bottle caps and more rusty things before I even got myself sorted for work. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, what is this lady doing and why on earth did I subscribe to this nutba? Stay with me. I think we can do something really cool with these bottle tops, particularly so because they're rusted. So I've never done this before, so if this fails, I'm going to fail with you guys. All I have done so far is put some little things into some bottle caps. So that one I kind of made shabby chic with a little bit of hessian and a little bit of lace. That one there just has a bit of book paper, and I've gilded the edges with this stuff, which I love. And that one there just with a little bit of gypsophila, and the stuff in the background is actually just the plastic that was already in there. So this little guy I thought might fit perfectly in that one there. So a lot of things float in resin, and I've given a few tips and tricks in my last tutorial about resining the sorry, brain's gone, can't do two things at once, just pop that in there, about resining the labels and using those in junk journals. So I thought, well, you've got a few tips there and a bit of information and the do's and don'ts that I have found, so let's give this a go. Now you might have seen my last tutorial, and when we did the resin in silicone molds, the problem was we had to turn it over so that you could get the UV onto the base, otherwise the resin wasn't dry on the inside. Clearly we're not going to be able to do this because the UV light is not going to penetrate through that. So I am guessing I'm going to have to put it under the UV light for a very long time, possibly 10 1-minute sessions. I will, so that it doesn't arc like I had a problem in the last one, also put it on the low heat setting first and then go for the 60-second hot heat settings. So I won't bore you and keep you here for 10 minutes while I'm pushing that button 10 times, but I will come back after I've paused it. Okay, so what I'm thinking, and I should have a paintbrush here somewhere. Please excuse whoever just beeped the horn outside my door, and it's a very windy day here in Wellington, so you're probably going to get a bit of banging from my windows too, because it's a villa and our sash windows. So let's do the easier one first, at least to fill. I don't know how we will go. If you can, you do want to get some resin underneath as well. And this is going to take quite a bit of resin. Now remember, if you have air bubbles, the easiest way to fix that is with a lighter. I can't see any air bubbles there, so we should be right. That one there though, oh, there's one. That is just, see what I mean, how gluing that down to begin with might be a better option. Okay, I'm happy to give that one a go. These ones will be a little bit harder because they don't have borders, but this is a doming resin. Well, it doesn't say it is, but it's very similar to the good quality doming resin that I get, and this one is just off Temu. So put the resin right into the center of the flower, and then just carefully, without moving the flower, manipulate that resin to create the border where you need it. And at this point you can still put resin more resin on. Thing that you can't do is control where it goes, and as you can see, a lot of it's coming over the edge already, but we'll see. That might come out alright. I will just pause and get a silicone mat. So I often use this. It's just a honeycomb silicone mat. Again, grab it off Temu. But it will catch any drips, and the thing that you've resined won't stick to that mat either because it's silicone. Okay, let's give this one a go. I could have wiped that resin, but to be quite honest, I wasn't that mad at how pretty it made the rust look when the resin went over it, so I'm kind of happy just to go with that. I mean, we are resining rusty bottle caps after all, right? This is the one with the gold that I'm really interested in seeing, because I did make polymer clay earrings, and the gold always looked so beautiful and so much more, had so much more depth and interest when it was resined. So just need to push some of that down. Okay, so I am going to very quickly now at least get the top layer set so that it stops running everywhere, and then it's just going to be a matter of getting the middle layers and then that very bottom layer set. So like I say, I'm probably going to push this button 10 to 15 times, so there's 10 to 15 minutes of my life that doesn't have to be your life. So I will pause and come back, just like the magic that YouTube is. Okay, so I've done that about 6 times, and we will just have a look, because I think they're looking quite pretty. I really like that one, even though you can see the resin almost wets the paper, and now it's nowhere near as white, but that's kind of made the gypsophila stand out more. And look at that gold, can you see that? It's so pretty. Whereas see, if I had a light background even though that's still quite pretty. And I don't mind this resin that's gone onto all sorts of different places on the bottle cap. I think it adds to it. Now, these are great. What the heck are we going to do with these? Well, I have tried before drilling with a very small drill through resin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and see if I can do that and get through the bottle cap, and then I'll show you whether it worked or not. Fingers crossed. By the way, I just wanted to say, you guys, thank you so much. I would not have had the confidence to get on here and share this with you if you hadn't left me such amazingly kind comments on my last tutorial when I was playing with the negatives. I couldn't believe how you guys actually enjoyed my faffing about. So whenever I've got something that I think is just a little bit different that I haven't seen before, I'll share that. But there are quite a few things of mine that I do, like pockets and stuff, and window specimen labels, that I do get requests for, but they're all over the place, and people are far better than me have done tutorials on that. If you do want me to do them, I'm more than happy to do them, but just to let you know, those things are out there, and I'll try and prioritize these things so that you've got some really cool new ideas to do. Okay, so while I'm attempting to draw one of those, and I am going to put that back under there at least another 5 times, just to be safe. You can't leave it in there too long. It is UV resin, so if it's left out in the sun on a windowsill, it will do the same job as well. So you might want to try that before you drill a hole through it. I think we're going to find out very quickly when I drill the hole through it whether or not this resin has actually set underneath or not. So at least I can give you that heads up as well. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, so now with the wind, we've also got to compete with the pouring rain. Sorry about the noise. So, there you go. It now has a hole in it. So, what can we do? Well, if you've got some larger rings, we can I probably drive you guys nuts because I'm a lefty. Is anyone else out there a lefty? Or is it just me? I'm sure lots of creative people are lefties, surely. I will just quickly grab a lobster clasp. I'll be back in a minute. So the drill I used, just in case you're wondering, I have this puppy and it has this attachment which allows for me to be a bit more flexible than my hand drill. I've learnt how to use these things over the years and I'm so glad that I did. And if I pop that on there, I could use a slightly smaller brass ring, but there you go. What do you think? And then you can just pop that onto a tab or onto a journal card, or I was thinking also quite often I attach them with ball chain, so I would just cut that to length using my wire cutters, put one of these on the end, feed it through the hole either with or without the jump ring, and then just feed it through the other side. So for anyone who doesn't know, and this is going to be very, very fiddly for you to see, but that ball gets pushed in there and then it clicks down. Hopefully that was in focus. My screen's gone dark because my battery's about to die, but I'm just glad that I managed to finish this tutorial for you guys. Okay, so there you go. Pretty little junk charms. I like them. I hope you guys do, and I hope you'll give them a go. I keep saying this. I wish that YouTube would allow you to put photos in comments so that when you guys try this stuff, make even cooler ones than this, I could see them, but unfortunately and alas, they don't yet. Okay, so my next tutorial, I'm thinking I've got a whole lot of old New Zealand coins. What could I do with those and how could I put them in my journals? I have done it a couple of times, but I'm interested to see how far I can take that. So hopefully that one will be up next. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for all your support once again, and I hope somebody gets something out of this one. Bye for now.